Hello, and welcome back to Chellington Valley. As you can see, I am picking up right where I left off the last video, and we are planting the alfalfa into field 120. We're using our Jankari seed drill, so it's a direct drill, so as you can see it's just literally drilling straight over the grass crop and pulling that up, so we don't have to cultivate it in before we go over the top of the crop. I'm going to put a little time lapse on now, so I'll see you when we're on to the next thing. Good morning. Well, it's a slightly sad day for the farm. As you can see, all the equipment from the Fendt is gone, and that is because we are selling the Fendt. We had an offer after one of the videos where I mentioned about the Fendt not being as useful. We had an offer from a guy who is a collector, and he wants to take it and restore it. So we are selling it, unfortunately. At least it's going to a good home. Okay, I have been down to the store and we have leased this. So this is the Stroutman Vertimix. It is a powered feed mixer. What I'm going to use it for though is it's very good at shredding bales. promise it's good at shredding bales. It'll shred them in a minute once I get it set up correctly. Yeah, let's open that bit. That's it. So, just because of the space we have available to store bales and all of that, and the number of bales we can have at any one time, I am going to store most of the hay we've just made as loose product in our all-in-one silo, and I'm going to use this mixer to shred the bales, store them loose, stick them in the mixer. Now, I know there's an element of, if I was going to store it loose anyway, why not just use a loading wagon? If I'm honest, my preference is to bale everything in the field, not have to keep making trips back and forth from the field. Bale it all in the field, collect it all on a trailer from the field, bring it back to the farm, and then use it. We are going to keep some of the hay bales for the sheep. We'll keep a small stack for the sheep because they are fed from bales, but for the making of our TMR, we'll make use of our silo. Yeah, as I say, it's just personal preference. I just prefer, if I didn't have certain limits on the number of bales we could store, I'd probably just do bales. Or if we could have higher density bales, that is a possibility. We are looking, we might be able to get a high density baler that does 6,000 litre bales, but it's a lot of money, and at the moment we don't need it. We can just store them loose, so that's probably the way we'll go. I'm going to get on with this, and I don't think you need to see any more of me shredding bales. Right, we are in field 26. I have leased a planter that's manufactured by Fendt. I think it's a 9 metre, it might be 12 metres, I'm not sure. I'll look that up and it will appear on the screen. So, this, unlike our usual seed drill, is not a direct drill. This is a planter, so this will only work in a field that has been ploughed or cultivated beforehand, which luckily field 26 had been, so this is good to go. I've had to lease this because we want to put corn in the ground in this field, and our seed drill won't plant corn. So I'm just gonna get on with this, and I'll catch up with you in a little while. Hello again. I'm back with our regular seed drill now on field 36, which I'm again direct drilling soybeans into. So one of the reasons we're doing this is because soybeans generate their own nitrogen, which means there's no need to put any fertiliser on them. They are just good to go. They won't need any fertilising. They'll get maximum yield without putting fertiliser on them, which means it's great for us because we then don't have to worry about the added cost of fertilising them. They're a really good cash crop. You get quite a good price for soybeans, and at the moment we're gonna get enough silage for our TMR from field 15, from Brian's field that we cut for him. So we will get enough silage from that. We've also got alfalfa that we could always ferment into silage as well. So overall I think we're going to be absolutely fine for our silage cut later on this year. So we will just get on and actually use this field for crops, I think, which is going to maximise our profit, not through silage. So yeah, I think it's a good way to go. If we are worried about the amount of grass we've got, we can always replant this as grass later on this year after we've harvested the soybeans and grow the grass over winter. Maybe get a cut in and then get in time to put some soybeans in. We might try that, just see if we can turn the field around twice in a year. I don't know, might be pushing it though. Might just be pushing it. Anyway, I'm going to get on with this, and I'll see you in a little while. Well, good morning again. As you can see, we still have the powered feed mixer, and I'm using it this morning to feed the cows. I left some footage in of yesterday when I went to go and sell the wool from the sheep, because it was the final day of spring and the price was really good for wool. So I took that down there. It's only a very short clip because it took 20 minutes of faffing to try and find the exact point where it would sell. As it turns out, I needed to set the pallet down and unstrap it. And yes, if I was using pallet forks, it might not have been an issue. But let's be honest, you've seen my bale stacking. Me with pallet forks, that's worse. So that's why I use the big bag handler. Gonna have to come and muck these cows out at some point, I think. Right, let's go and drop the rest of this TMR back into the silo, and then I'm going to show you something else that this feed mixer does, which is sort of why I've hung on to it. Apart from having a slight tank slapper moment. Right, let's drain the TMR out. So, the whole premise behind this mixer wagon, it's one that's been a little bit modified, and I can't remember the modder's name off the top of my head, so that will appear on screen. And it allows you not just to do a standard total mix ration, so silage, hay, straw. It allows you to put some extra things in, like wheat and barley. Still shows as wheat, but you know, we'll take it. So what you can do is you can make a total mix ration that includes other crops. I think that's quite cool, but from a convenience point of view for us, it means that I can now use this to then feed the wheat to our chickens. We are running a little bit low, I have to admit, and I'm hoping that we're going to be able to get our harvest in before I have to buy in more wheat. We'll see. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to have enough to make it through. I hope, at the very least, we'll only have to buy maybe a day's worth of food for them before our wheat harvest comes good. But we'll just have to wait and see. It depends how much they're eating, if I'm honest. Right, I'm going to go and drop this back off at the silo. I'll catch up with you in a minute. Hello again. The rain's got a lot worse. That's great. And as you can see, I've brought over the 8340 and the Roland Dav to David's farm. Now that we're in summer, there's not really, for the next couple of days, going to be a lot of jobs that we're going to need both the tractors on the farm for. We've got, maybe some fertilising to do. Most of our fields are fertilised. It would just be if we pick up the odd contract. And for that, we can use the T8. So it just made sense, as this isn't really going to be used for the next few days, to bring it down. And now that we've got the powered feed mixer, the self-propelled, we'll bring the Dav down to David's farm, and then we've got something here to feed the cows with for the next few days, that we don't have to keep driving back and forth. So that's about where we're at. I think it's a very good place to call it an end to this video here. So, thank you very much for watching. Please do jump on the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And most importantly, have a great day.